I didn't think this winter would go by so fast. I really didn't, especially with all the snow that we received over the last couple months. But right now, we are just a few days away from opening day at one of the best amusement parks of all time. What is going on, everybody? I am Greg, the Philly Parks Gamer, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing our final predictions for the Knoebels 2026 season, their 100th season. We've gotten some information based on JPVideos behind the scenes video, and we're going to use what we've gained from that video to get some information and make predictions on what we're going to see this season. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. We're going to first start off with some updates that we saw last season. Obviously, the first thing being the Power Surge. A lot of people didn't get to experience the new Power Surge last season, as it didn't start operating until Hall of Fun nights. But I think now, with it being open full-time and set to go for opening day, it looks like it will be a popular attraction this year. And this is obviously a ride that I've liked, and I know a lot of other people like Power Surge. So those of you that are looking for this, you will most likely be able to ride it very shortly. And I'm just as excited as everyone is for those who like the Power Surge. A big update we saw last season was the rearrangement of the placements of some of the rides. Obviously, Power Surge used to be more closer to the Alamo area, and Downdraft used to be near the giant wheel. Well, now Power Surge is where Downdraft used to be, and you'd think Downdraft would have gone where Power Surge used to be. Not exactly. It was moved to the back of the park where Phoenix is, in the former location of the Wipeout attraction they had for about a decade, a few years ago. So I expect both Power Surge and Downdraft to continue with their popularity coming up in this season. So that is the latest on those flat rides for now. Now we're going to talk about the rides that have been a work in progress recently. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Super Roundup first. This ride was down all of last season in 2025 as it was undergoing a refurbishment. As we saw recently, it is not back in its spot yet. I do think it will be operational this season, but it won't be ready to go for opening day, nor does it look like it'll be ready to go when I go. But I'm fairly certain, most likely maybe around Memorial Day or sometime during the month of June or July, we will see the Super Roundup back in operation. And I know this is a much anticipated ride for reopening. Lots of other people have liked it. And one thing they did was that they were accurate with it. They said that in 2024, Paratrooper was going to be only down for a few weeks for refurbishment. It was ended up being down for the entire season. But obviously, Roundup was down all last season, and they said it would be. But obviously, it's still down. So, and I respect them for being careful with structuring the rides, restoring them, making sure they're as safe as they possibly can be. So, most likely, to sum it all up, we will see Super Roundup at some point this season. The other big update is for the Sky Slide. As we saw recently, the entire structure has been taken out. The bare shell was removed, and the entire ride has gone away to be refurbished. And I first thought that it would just be down to the frame, and we would be seeing it being reassembled by hand in the park, but no, they've taken down the whole thing. And as of right now, there is no timetable for when it is set to open. I don't expect it to be ready at all this season, and I'm not even sure it'll be ready for next season either. If we're lucky, it might be open at some point during Hall of Fun nights at the end of next season. But in my opinion, we may not see the Sky Slide back in operation until the 2028 operating season, 2 years from now. It is a long wait, but at the same time, they have to keep the rides in top condition to run them safely. But obviously, they wouldn't want the slide collapsing if somebody was riding it. They'd have to do some extensive testing to make sure it's in operating condition. Last update on a ride that has been much anticipated to open is probably the biggest one, the much anticipated Bayern Kurve. This ride was supposed to open in the 2023 season, but obviously the park has run into some difficulties with programming, and it's an old ride, so they're trying to keep it and maintain it as much as possible to make sure it is in operating condition. And when it opens, it will be the fastest ride of the park. The ride is capable of going up to 70 miles per hour. They were saying it's going to probably go around 60. I don't believe this ride will be ready for opening day, but just like with the Super Roundup, I am 99% confident that after a much anticipated wait, the Bayern Kurve will at last be open to the public. And once again, it'll be the fastest ride in the park. And those rides are not very common anymore, so it's going to be a huge accomplishment when this ride officially opens to the public. And I am just as excited as everyone else is for this ride. And as a significant milestone for the park, this definitely, I can't see this not being open at any point this season. Even if we have to wait until Hall of Fun Nights, it will be open at some point this season. So that is the latest on the Bayern Kurve. Now we're going to talk about some of the kiddie rides. Now, this right here is the former bounce house. And after a few years of inactivity in the pavilion where it once stood, it is officially calling a new attraction its home. I don't remember the name of the ride, so I'll have to look back at the video then, but it will be a new kiddie attraction. Sadly, adults won't be able to ride it, so the least I can do is watch, but it is nice to see that the pavilion is being put to good use after a few years of inactivity. So those of you who are looking at more kiddie rides, if you have young children, good news on the way. Next up, we're going to talk about an attraction that wasn't mentioned in the video, but was recently removed, and I think possibly has a future now that the bounce house has a future. And that is the former location of the ball crawl, the ball pit with those plastic balls. So I would expect a new attraction to be there in the near future. Probably not something we'll see this season, but definitely something we may see in the future as the bounce house is now being put to use. So I'm not sure what kiddie ride could go where the ball pit was. I'm not sure if they'll put another ball pit in, which could be likely, but I'd say more so not if they didn't bring back the bounce house. But it's Knoebels' decision, not mine, so we will see if anything happens to the former ball crawl in the Kiddieland section at Knoebels. The last kiddie ride update is on the Panther Cars, another ride. As we saw in the video, the track is completely ripped up and taken out, and it is being repaved for the future. I don't remember the exact reason why they removed the track for now, but it will be returning. Because as we saw in the video, a new station is being built. Again, with some of the other rides, I don't think this will be ready for opening day, but I'm 99% confident it will be operating at some point this season. I'd suspect, if they keep moving, probably around Memorial Day weekend or somewhere around their anniversary weekend at the 4th of July. But most likely will be ready this season, but it won't be ready for opening day. And strange thing I actually learned recently. So, an automotive teacher, I heard, took one of the Panther cars and put a gasoline engine inside of it, and they're currently working on making it an actual, go-kart, which I think is really interesting. And also, I've actually ridden in these cars, I mean, no surprise, I've ridden them when I was really little, but they're big enough to fit teenagers and adults inside because of the open space in the middle you can put your feet in. Now, I have attracted attention in the past because I am, 14, 15 years old riding in a ride that's normally targeted towards people who are like 10 years younger than me, but you're not there to look weird, you're there to have fun, and that's why I intend to live it to the fullest. And those rides are always a classic, even though you can't actually ride or drive it, I should say, like the antique cars at Gasoline Alley. But that is the latest on the Panther cars. Now we're going to talk about some standouts that we'll see this season. Flying Turns, the only bobsled wooden coaster, will receive an Ace landmark this season. Those are like for special roller coasters, and obviously the Flying Turns is a unique roller coaster. It's the only bobsled wooden coaster in the entire world, so obviously they're going to work to maintain it. So that will be exciting to see Flying Turns get recognized for its popularity. Another big attraction that will stand out this season is none other than the classic Grand Carousel, the oldest ride at the park currently, and it's the heart of the park. The carousel music is the main thing that people recognize when they hear this park, and it will definitely be a major part of the park's 100th anniversary this season, which I am super excited about. So I'm definitely going to be taking a bunch of rides on this coming season. The final ride that will stand out this season will be the Phoenix, their wooden coaster, which celebrated its 40th anniversary at the park last season. And Phoenix has been a classic for years now. People love it. Best wooden coaster ranked numerous times, and will be a popular attraction this season. The last one will be none other than the Crystal Pool. This is what started the park way back in 1926, and it looks like it has been the same size and shape. Obviously, the slides have been added, more diving boards have been added, parts have been replaced, but the pool itself has looked the exact same, so this will be a huge milestone for it, and I go swimming in this at least once every year, so going in it, knowing it's 100 years old, will be very different for me. The last update I wanted to talk about was about the Haunted Mansion, hearing about something brand new inside. I didn't really want to get too much into that because it's not really as important as everything else that we talked about today, and this video is already pretty long. But anyways, that will basically do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little predictions video. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. I will do my best to answer your questions. But like always, I hope you guys will be able to visit Knoebels this season. I definitely will. Best amusement park I've been to. Been going there since I was really little, and it will always have a special place in my heart. I will be going there for many, many years to come. So with that will do for today's video. I will see you on Friday for our next gaming video. Take care, everybody.